TD out too.
Yeah. Back off in that thing. Welcome back to the Down South Philly Show. I'm the Down South Philly co-host Dom. This your other co-host DP. We in the building, man. We in the building.
In the building. Tell them about the gun line, boss. What we got on the docket
Man,
today?
look, man, we're a little bit late getting to y'all. A bunch of stuff going on. It's around the holiday times, but it is what it is, man. But we here to give you that recap on that Philadelphia Eagles versus Washington Commanders, man. We took a L to them boys, man, unfortunately. But hey, can't win them all. Can't win them all. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dive right into that thing. So, how you felt about the game? I know going into the game, we pretty much was like, man, we got to go in here and blow these boys out if we can, and show them what's up. And it was going that way. But tell us what you saw.
Man, I was feeling pretty good going into this one. It wasn't really much that we saw out of Washington that we couldn't handle. Jaden Daniels obviously was able to bounce back and play better football with healthier ribs versus the first one. But like you said, we get into the game and everything was going our way. Like well, for the most part, we got the ball, running game was working. Jalen was using his legs like he's supposed to. Defense was turning the ball over at an alarming rate. Like that for first, this probably was the best first quarter we ever had this year. Out of all the games that we played. And it was going toward a blowout. Obviously, we end up losing Hurts. And that kind of changed things a little bit because obviously now you're dealing with Kenny Pickett. You're able to focus more on our run game. But even with that being said, Pickett did well. He did exactly what I thought he would do. I didn't really, expect him to go in there and light it up. So he went in there and did exactly what you needed to do. He was still moving the ball, getting the ball to AJ, getting the ball to Smitty. He made enough plays for us to win the game. Just unfortunately, we didn't make whenever a star like Hurts goes down, everybody else got to step up. And that just didn't happen, especially not on the offensive side of the ball. So we had a drops by Smitty, we had drops by AJ, we had drops by Saquon. All of that combined, like you got to be perfect when you're not playing your best ball or when you don't have your best players on the field. So even though we still had a chance to win with all that being said, crazy defense turned up. They got 5 turnovers. But it's a footnote because one, we still ended up not winning the game, and all that's left in people's mind is the last drive of Jaden Daniels going down and scoring that last touchdown. But I say all that to say that no excuses. They made more plays than we did. I still feel like if we play Washington 10 times, we beat them 9 out of 10 times. That just happened to be, that 10th time. That's what it would look like right there. It would have to be a game where stuff initially was going all right for us, but then the rest of the game it just went all wrong for us. But yeah, even with that being said, I'm still confident. Like if we were to see them in the first round, we gonna dust them. Nothing to worry about there. But yeah, I hate that we dropped that one because for one, that was just gonna wrap up the East for us a week earlier. Obviously, we lost our starting quarterback to a concussion, which we already knew that could lead to a week or two being out. But yeah, other than that, like I it was more good stuff that came out of that game than bad. I don't think we got exposed or anything like that. I just think that was just one of them games that can happen playing anybody, to be fair. But if we being honest, the Commanders offense can put up points. So if you let them stick around like that, that's what can happen. Um, yeah, it's just they caught us slipping and put one on our head.
Yeah, um, I agree with everything you just said. Pretty much, we had the game in hand. We was up at one point like 21-7, and we were supposed to run off with the sack right there. But with
Mhm,
Hurts being out, even though Kenny Pickett came in and did his thing, it still was a lot of those like turnovers that we couldn't cash in on, and we'd have had
mhm,
Hurts, we would have cashed in on,
mhm,
more than we cashed in on with Kenny Pickett. Now, with Kenny Pickett being a backup, he did what a backup was supposed to do. He
yeah,
came in, he had one turn, he had that one turnover where he threw a pick. Um, but other than that, he pretty much, like you said, made enough plays to win the game. It just, we had too many drops by the wide receivers this game. And what's crazy is the last time we was on the street like this and we got beat by Washington, it was a bunch of like fumbles and stuff that we
mhm.
had.
Crazy
This
stuff.
game it was this game it was a lot of drop passes. That game it was like we was fumbling a lot or whatever. But like you said, no excuses. They came in there and did what they were supposed to do, especially with turning the ball over that many times, regardless if Kenny Pickett was in or not. They still got to go in and handle business. It don't matter to them who win. They just got to go win the game. So they did what they're supposed to do. But and to reiterate what you said, if we was to see them again in the playoffs, I mean, I didn't really see anything that made me think like, dang, they gonna be. I actually, had we not played that game, I actually probably would have thought more of them like playing them in the first. But after I got to see them, like, oh, okay, like I don't really think, if they get a million opportunities, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna just consistently drive the ball on us. I don't think they're gonna consistently put up points. I think we can drive on them better. They can drive on us. I just don't think they're there yet. Now, you know, and we would have not even had that last drive. Had Smitty caught the ball, we was gonna ice the game right there,
Mhm,
which was coming off of Jaden Daniels' interception. So he pretty much had the ball with 2 minutes and something left to go drive down the field, and he threw a pick. And we just couldn't run as much time out as we needed to. But um, that pretty much was the game right there. Had we executed, but anyway, we I seen. I mean, and when players go out, when somebody like Hurts go out, like you said, they can focus on the run now. Now they ain't gonna worry about Kenny Pickett holding it, running around the edge or whatever, doing no RPOs or nothing like that. But for the most part, hey, he was still slinging that thing down the field. We were still being fairly aggressive with Kenny Pickett in. Like we
mhm,
didn't, it was. I would say this though, even though we were being fairly aggressive, we were being like a little conservative as well. We had
mhm.
a 4th and 1. We had Hurts. What's going on
He was
right there. We
going for
picked
that.
that up with his legs. QB sneak. There was a situation where we punted the ball. It was a couple other times where I felt like we was kind of being a little bit conservative where we ran the ball where like normally we might have passed it in a certain situation. So we were teetering on the line of being aggressive and conservative at the same time, just playing the flow of the game, I guess. But I'm saying that to say, that goes to show you when your main quarterback goes down, how much the game plan changed. But I think, like I said, I think we were still being aggressive enough to come out of there with a win. But I actually wasn't really mad at that game. I wasn't too mad at because after Hurts went down, I'm already thinking in my head, yeah, they probably gonna get back in this game because we're not really gonna be able to move the ball like that. And then Saquon break off their run. I'm like, all right, but we come back out in the second half. They focusing on shutting the run down. So now we really just got to pass and kudos to Nick for passing the ball. He wasn't really scared to let Kenny Pickett sling that thing. Kenny Pickett and the wide receivers just got to get more on the same page. But for him to just come in the game like that, he did enough. He did pretty good. I think he did better than what a lot of people was thinking that he was gonna do. Because I know some people still like that, man. Kenny Pickett didn't, man. You can't expect Kenny. That's what shows you how special Hurts is.
Mhm.
You can't expect Kenny Pickett to come in the game and do what Jalen Hurts gonna do.
Yeah, no
If
drop
he can come
offs.
in the game,
I said they was expecting him to come in and had no drop offs from QB1.
yeah. If Kenny Pickett can come in the game and do what Hurts can do, that take away from Hurts being special.
Mhm.
Hurts is a special player. He can do a lot of stuff that a lot of people can't do.
And not only that, what he does not only affects us the way we move the ball on the ground, but
Right.
it
On
affects our defense.
defense,
It
yeah.
affects the defense too. Like us being able to control the ball for longer because he can just extend drives. That keeps our defense fresh.
Right.
And that makes, our 5 turnovers mean more.
Right. Yeah, I agree, but I ain't really got too much more. Like I said, I wasn't really initially when the game first was over, just cause how I ended, like with Smitty dropping the pass and then them driving down the field. Like with the defense had so many turnovers, like for them to give up that last touchdown, I really couldn't even be mad. It's like, well, they did their job. It's only so much.
Yeah.
Like, damn, it's only like so much they can do. Like they ain't gonna, turn over on every down and get a stop. So
That
it was like it
that
wasn't.
was supposed to be a blowout. You get our defense to turn the ball over 5 times and you give it to Hurts. We scoring at least 4 of them times touchdowns, if
Yeah,
not 5.
yeah, and it was a couple. It was a couple plays where we let Jaden Daniels use his legs too to keep
Mhm.
drives alive. That kind of killed us. But at the end of the day, had we done what we supposed to do, none of that wouldn't even have mattered.
Facts.
But it is what it is, man. We're going. It's time to move on. It's Dallas week. We got the Dallas Cowboys coming up, so that's pretty much all I really got on Washington, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
just
see,
a little quick footnote.
y'all seen, y'all seen what happened. But like I said, I wasn't. I wasn't too mad when the game was because it was like it ain't like we fell out the second seed. Now it kind of hurt us
One
as
seed.
far as going after that one seed. But at the end of the day, um, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. What's the odds of a team losing 3 games and it being 2, 3 other teams that damn only lost 1, 2 games? So
Right.
we
Is what
probably
it
won't see that
is.
too often.
Well, I feel it's better now than in the playoffs.
Yep.
That was a hell of a streak with it being 10 games in a row. That just give us the opportunity to get on a new streak. A real streak that goes off into the playoffs, and we'll see. We might get a little luck from the fantasy guys this week, and both of them boys take a L. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. You never know. I done seen stranger things happen with this season, so you never know
Mhm.
what could happen. But yeah, man, that's it. That's it for the Washington Philly recap.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man, we up out of here, man. Yes.